Welcome to the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as Morrisville comes to town to face off against the Oswego State Lakers. Both teams coming off of a win last night. Morrisville against Potsdam and Oswego against Buffalo State. It's Saturday afternoon hockey right here on WTOP 10. Hello, everyone. Thomas Turgeon with you alongside Kyle Spizak today. And Kyle, big test for Oswego. They're coming off a win against a really not very strong Buffalo State team, but Potsdam getting the job done, Morrisville getting the job done against Potsdam last night.
Yeah, and Oswego's had a bit of a rough stretch in the last couple of weeks, losing 2 back-to-back to Plattsburgh, dropping a big one to Utica, and then tying a game a few weeks prior. So Oswego really trying to get a winning streak going back here again, as they've only won one of their last 5 games, and that being the Buffalo State game yesterday. So if Oswego can get ahead early, keep the momentum going, they should be in good shape for the rest of the game.
Both games ended the same score, a 4-1 final on a back-to-back series between Oswego and Morrisville early in November. And the same synopsis, Ashlyn McGrath had 2 goals in both of those games. She had a beauty of a goal last night to make it a 3-1 final for the Lakers. As looks like we're having just a brief, looks like ice repair potentially. So we'll go through the starting lineups now. For Oswego, it's going to be the starting line of Lizzie Burke in center, Kylie Grugan and Rachel Corbett on the wings, defensive pairing Lauren Schell and Amanda Zenstein. For the Lakers, Lexi Levy getting another start in goal tonight for Oswego, her 11th so far this season.
And Levy's been on fire all season long, posting a 2.2 goals against average and a .914 save percentage and an 8-7-1 record. If you take a look at her stats, the record does not really display how amazing she has been playing so far this whole season. And talking about that defensive pairing of Zenstein and Webster, they've been solid on the defensive end as well. Zenstein with 22 blocks on the season, Webster with 29 blocks on the season. So this deep pair is not afraid to put their body on the line to keep shots from getting back to Levy.
Zenstein coming off of her 100th game last night against Buffalo State. On the other hand, for the Mustangs, starting line, Elena McDonald in center, Emily Olson and Kendra Johnston on the wings. Defensive pair, Kate Mabey and Emma Thompson. Starting goaltender for the Mustangs is Maggie Jones, also in her 11th start. Morrisville in green, Oswego in white, and we are underway on the first period as the first face-off of the day won by Oswego State as Shell fumbles the puck and bounces one off the boards, but is kept in by the Mustangs before Zenstein peels it right on out, and Grugan will carry it across. Grugan throws one just offside the outside of the cage, gloved down by a Mustang defender, and it's grabbed back by Corbett on the far side corner. Taken away, though, by Thompson as she'll send it up ice for Olsen, and dumps it in. The first one on it will be Johnston. She's contested and pinned to the boards by Shell. Burke as well in there. Olsen will join in. It's a 2-on-2 scrum in the corner. Burke punches it out, but it's kept in by Clark at the point. She'll send it right back deep. It's Zenstein. Sends it right back up that strong side before Burke pulls the reverse card. And back for Zenstein behind the net. Zenstein bringing it towards the near side. Banks one off of the stick of Grugan, and will finally clear the defensive zone for a brief time. As we'll have a stoppage of play, and her first whistle of the day, 1:05 in, it's a hand pass. It'll be a face-off in the neutral zone.
Nothing so far that's gone crazy in this game. There's just a little bit of a missed pass back behind the net, as we talked about right there. Shell was looking back to drop a pass, couldn't get it over to Zenstein, but both teams, they've had their chance, gotten one opportunity on the end for the Lakers, one on the end for Morrisville, so nothing too much to really analyze this early in the game.
Face-off won by Malone. It's grabbed back, and Malone couldn't get anything there as it's dumped right back in by Pritchard. Pritchard in the corner as Zenstein pins a Mustang to the boards. Malone there as well, as Eason waits for it in the slide as Malone picks up the loose puck. Banks one off the stick of Eason once more and just picks it right back up as she'll bring it across. Malone dropped off for Corbett. She'll dump it in deep, and it's picked right back up by Nitre. Nitre across now for Pritchard, intending to center one for Eason, but it's grabbed back by Oswego State. A pass by Webster off the skates of Malone and back in deep for Haas. Zariella Haas had an assist last night in the 3-1 victory. Has taken right back away and cleared out by the Mustangs. It'll be delayed icing. Lauren Jones will beat the race, and it'll be an icing going down the other way. Jones now in her 4th game this season for the Lakers. Hasn't been in many contests, but she's making time for what it's worth.
Yeah, like you said, hasn't gotten much ice time or games played so far in this season, but coming out strong, played a good shift right there, getting a good start to her 4th game of the year.
Another change in the lineup. Sophia Kirakostas back in. Kaylin Tadia out today. The other 2 scratches remain the same as Bednark and Zemlak both out. The shot coming on, that one got blocked as the shot by Preston got through some traffic. It's ice right back down again, but it'll go right on the paddle of Levy as she'll be hesitant with it and cover it up. And we mentioned Simone Bednark lighting it up for Slovakia at the Empire State Games up north. Had 2 goals and 3 assists last night. They're playing for the bronze medal game today, so definitely an offensive powerhouse is missed in this lineup, but they're getting the job done on offense. Getting a lot of scoring in their last 3 games. Shot coming on now, got blocked by Kirakostas as she jammed the defensive point. Is taken back, Brown back up to the point once more. Thompson fires, padded away by Levy as it comes right back out in front. Trying to center it was Bouchard, and once more covered up by Levy again. A 50-50 contest so far, 2 minutes and 52 seconds into the contest.
Yeah, both teams just going back and forth, not getting real quality shots off yet. Been a lot of just sliding on the ice, easy pad saves for both goaltenders. But we expect it to heat up a bit more as the game goes on. We're only 3 minutes into play so far.
Face-off won by the Mustangs. It's brought back up to the point. It's going to be Tompkins. She fires one on. That got blocked by McDonald out in front. It's centered for Hudon on the pass by Comboy. And the loose puck is picked up by Shines before it rolls off of her stick. Puck in center ice and looking to regroup is Johnston. She collides with the 16 in white being Morgan Shines. Morrisville looking to reset. McDonald bringing it back across. She's getting contested by Comboy, and momentum will be stopped right around the blue line before it's cleared out by the Oswego State defender Comboy. As Morrisville retains possession, McDonald for Tompkins, drops it off, intended for Bouchard, but it's taken away. Shines to the top of the circle, Grugan back low and low for Shines, back for Grugan out in the slot. She's trying to take a swing at it, cannot. Emily Olsen was able to find the loose puck and clear it out of the slot. She has it now. Olsen, Oswego looking to get a change and a little on their heels when it came to their forecheck just now as it's brought back across by the Mustangs. It was Johnston. Back for Grugan up, and she'll flip it in and get a few more changes as well. Sent along the boards, trying to clear it for Morrisville. Nothing doing, and it's carried across by the Mustangs. It's going to be Pritchard. Back over for Booth, centers for Corbett, looking for the saucer pass by Haas. And she barely made it on sides as Morrisville will break things out. Eason will flip it on in, it'll go off the wall. Back for Booth, she'll slam it off of Eason's skate and they'll retain possession. Kept in by Nitre at the point, and it's Preston behind the goal. Just slaps it off the boards. Haas looked to catch the pass, couldn't. Malone's in a race for it, and she'll beat out the icing. Kenzie Malone being pinned to the boards. Haas to join in as well. Nitre and Davidson along the boards, back up to the point. Zenstein for Shell. Looks to get a shot off. That got blocked, and we have a break. Reese Brown coming in on a breakaway. Brown in, pad save, Levy on the break. A nice stick save for a huge momentum swing for Oswego right now. Here comes Haas as she'll dump it in, and a huge stop by Levy to keep this a scoreless game.
That was a huge stop by by Levy down there with Reese Brown coming down. She's been solid in this last stretch of games. 5 points in the last 3 games. She's on a 3-game point streak right now. So Levy standing tall, knocking that one down before it becomes a real threatening opportunity. Good play from Levy and a good pickoff by Brown at the point as well.
Face-off won by Mucha, but scooped up by McGrath before being cleared by the Mustangs as they'll hold back. McDonald looks to pull a toe drag. Gets caught up in the feet of Mucha, but finally clears out ice as McDonald will take a nice 9-iron down into the corner. Puck picked right back up by the Mustangs, and looking like the faster team in certain shifts, as we're only a little less than 7 minutes into today's contest so far. As the puck is in the corner now for the Mustangs, McDonald looks to find Tompkins at the point, but it's taken away by McGrath. She's got some speed, but she'll dump it right in. Kira Costas the first one on it. As Mucha and McGrath will go for a change, she's the lone forward out there. Kira Costas looking to keep the offensive momentum going as Conboy's there as well. Shines will look to pinch. As Kira Costas goes off, Hudon on. And Shines will bring it across. There's a lot of slap hockey so far in these first 7 minutes, Kyle. And like you mentioned, no really grade A opportunities besides that first opportunity by Reese Brown on the breakaway.
Yeah, it hasn't really been stick-to-stick, tape-to-tape passes so far. It's been a lot of throw it in the corner, go in, battle for it, dump it back down in the corner, and hope somebody on your team goes and picks it up.
Grugan with a nice toe drag. She'll be hesitant, rips one there, and a nice save by Jones. As it's Burke picking it up, Corbett calling for it. She has it, tries to center one for Grugan, who was right waiting for it at the top of the crease. That's how she buried the game winner yesterday, Kylie Grugan. After a miscue by Tessa Mucha kicking the puck into the goal, goal got waved off. Grugan would capitalize just seconds later in front of the net as Booth brings it in, a shot on right into the pants of Jones. Another good save by the Mustangs netminder. Morrisville coming in to this matchup 6-11-1, 3-8 in Newell play. Overall, though, you can look at this team and say they're pretty comparable to Oswego. 4-1 game in both games, although Oswego getting the best of them in the 2 contests so far.
And throughout the first 6 minutes of this game or so, it's been a really even matchup. No one team looks superbly better than the other. It's been very back and forth so far.
Zenstein firing a shot. That looked like it got deflected by Haas out in the point, but it went wide. It'll be cleared to the corner. Davidson swats it down and is carrying it across. Here comes Davidson. Still has it. Tries to center one towards goal, and we will have a delayed penalty now. It's going to Oswego. And it's going to be Shell going in the box for slashing. Morrisville going their first power play on the contest. And ranked 3rd in the Newell, 17.3% effective. Only 52 opportunities, though, compared to Oswego's 77. So although a better conversion rate, not as many opportunities given for the Mustangs, as the first one on the faceoff for the Mustangs will be Davidson against Mucha. The faceoff won by the Mustangs and sent right back deep for Maybe. Back up to the point, shot coming on. That went just wide on a shot by Bouchard. Eason tries to evade the tenacious McGrath as it's back up to the point. Another shot coming on. That one got blocked to the corner on the shot by Maybe. Easton once more. Her and Maybe swap, and Maybe takes one more shot. That one got blocked by Webster and flies out to the neutral zone. As a fortunate bounce leads to a couple changes for Oswego, or at least one, as McGrath takes a seat. And Mucha going for a change as well. Malone will come on. As we've seen relatively the same 2 PK units for Mark Digby so far in these last 2 games. Malone, the first one on it, pressuring Clark. Brings her back into her defensive zone before Haas collides with Olsen, and Malone grabs the loose puck. Kenzie Malone on the cutback, looks to bring one in and gets taken down, and that'll be a penalty. And we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey. Hard work pays off And Oswego cancels out any power play opportunity Morrisville has with a good opportunity by Kenzie Malone.
Yeah, great effort from Malone there, picking up the puck at the blue line, not giving up while battling. Morrisville had the puck along the half board there, trying to get it up, the play up there, gets a little bit lost. She hits a nice start and stop, kind of gets the speed change a little bit, creates a little space for herself, goes in, does some nice stick work. Couple dangles, gets some open ice, almost had a shot opportunity there before she gets taken down, but like you said, Turge, it's 4-on-4 hockey now.
Meadow Clark going to the box for a trip. Zenstein back across for Haas, back for Zenstein. Got Malone on the opposite side. Zenstein just aims and fires. So puck goes off a stick out in front as the Lakers will retain possession. Puck in the field, Malone, she gets taken down. Puck scooped up by Thompson. Centered for Bouchard, a streaking pass, and a breakaway now for Davidson in, she scores! Tucks it in behind Levy, and the unfortunate communication by the Lakers leads to a 1-0 lead for Morrisville. Power play don't matter. Mustangs take the lead midway through the first period.
And Morrisville's got a few players that have been really on a tear lately, Davidson being one of those. She had 3 points in 3 games. She now extends it to 4 points in 4 games as she comes down on the breakaway right there, and she just puts it right between the pad and the blocker of Lexi Levy. A perfect shot location for Davidson, adding to her goal total on the year, and now Morrisville takes the 1-0 lead over Oswego as we take a look at that replay. Just comes down, a great centering pass, gets caught on the Oswego defense gets caught lacking, and an easy shot for Davidson.
Oswego now trailing 1-0 midway here through this first period of play, as it's dumped right back in by Bouchard. Davidson's 7th goal on the year, her 11th in her career. Excuse me, 18th in her career. The Lakers now return to full strength. They'll go on the power play. McGrath loses her stick, shines on the forecheck, allows the puck to be kept in the offensive zone. Grugan on the wraparound, looking to try and tuck it in. Puck looks like it got caught on top of the netting. Grugan takes a tumble, and she's slow to get up. Webster, back for Zenstein. Grugan gets in front of goal. She looks to be okay for now. A shot coming on, deflected there, good save. Webster, bringing it down low. Hull switches spots with her, and it's back for Shines. Shines at the dash marks. Back for Grugan, back for Shines, aims and fires off the shoulder, it looks like, of Jones, and cleared by the Mustangs.
And some really solid passing from the Lakers there, using a good use of the cycle, getting it down low, finding the point players up at the top and trying to get some shots on net and get the rebound opportunities.
Bouchard and Thompson getting the assists on Davidson's goal. And Morrisville kills off their first penalty kill of the day, and a tumble there by Webster leads to a 2-on-1 the other way. Here comes the Mustangs. It's going to be Johnston again. Shot pad save, the rebound kick to the corner as Malone picks it right back up, and here comes the Lakers once more. Malone gets it into the defensive zone, but a lot of cycle rush hockey now for the last minute or so as it's brought across and dumped right back in by Johnston. Johnston tied up with Preston along the boards, as well as Olsen. Looking to send it right back up is Mucha. Finds the stick of Corbett, was McGrath, as she tries to get back on sides. McGrath will just dump it right back in. This banked off the boards and off the stick of Olsen. He'll go down the ice. No icing, as Booth will pick it up behind the net of Levy. And a turnover there as Kirikostas blew a tire. A shot coming on, save, rebound out in front as it goes just to the wide of the goal. Puck behind the net now is Mucha, and a couple of frustration is ensuing closer towards us, Kyle. Preston and McDonald, a nice move there. Kirikostas scores! First goal of the year for Sophia Kirikostas. Tucks it 5-hole, and it's a 1-1 game.
And what a goal for Kirikostas. She put on a dangle clinic out there. She hits it with the poke through the stick, goes around, couple nice back and forth moves, and tucks it right through the 5-hole of Maggie Jones down on the other end. A great play from Kirkostas. If we take a look at the replay here in just a minute, an absolute display of just talent and athleticism from Kirkostas there. Now we have a tied 1-1 game, and shots are tied as well at 6 apiece.
The stats have not really shown it, but Kirkostas has been a very noticeable player in the games that she has played, and she finally breaks the slump and gets her first point on the year. She gets her 6th goal in her collegiate career, tucking a 5-hole, and what a time for it, 1-1 in the final 7 minutes of play.
What a way to get your first goal of the year, too. An absolute beauty putting it 5-hole after a couple of dangles.
Oswego has the puck in now. It's going to be Grugan, sends it down for Hudon as the bench makes some racket. Unassisted goal for Kirkostas. It's brought back Shell for Zenstein. Sends it right back up, a bounce off the boards, and the redirection by Burke prevents the icing. And it's Grugan once more. Grugan, centered Corbett. Drop for Burke. She scores! You want 1 goal? How about 2? Lizzie Burke, her first on the year. It's a 2-1 game.
And that was a weird angled shot to go in, but if you get one in, you get one in. It doesn't matter how pretty it is as long as it gets a point on the board. That's all that matters for the Lakers. And a nice drop pass from Corbett as we take a look right here at this replay. A nice drop pass from Corbett and then picked up by Burke, and she just snipes it, hits the paddle of Jones' stick and finds the back of the net. 2-1 on a quick span of 2 back-to-back goals for the Lakers there.
2 droughts broken in just a matter of minutes. Lizzie Burke getting her first on the year. She gets dropped by Haley Eason and draws the penalty. Oswego will go to the power play. An unfortunate turn of events in the last 2 minutes for the Mustangs. 2 allowed goals, and now a trip to the sin bin. Oswego will go on the power play.
And the momentum of this game has completely shifted in the last couple of minutes, Turge. I mean, the first 10 minutes, it was very slow, kind of just going back and forth, up and down the ice. Nobody was really getting any grand opportunities, and it wasn't being played very fast-paced. For the last 2 minutes, we see the Lakers come on a tear, get 2 goals back-to-back. Now they have another power play opportunity, and they looked really good on their last power play. So we'll see what comes out of this one.
Zenstein on the fake. Haas down low for Malone. Puck recovered by Hall. Back for Haas. And she'll send it low for Malone. Backdoor was Hall, and she gets tied up by Olsen in a great move there by the defender. Zenstein again fires one on goal into the glove of Jones, and we'll have a whistle.
And good passing from the Lakers here, finding it just around the horn, going down low, getting the rebounds below the goal line, bringing them back up to the point to open up options, open up passing lanes. And we saw that attempted backdoor pass. Hall's stick just gets tied up by a Morrisville defenseman. But if that goes in backdoor, you can't get more textbook than that on a power play.
Zenstein for Haasa once more. Shot save, rebound was Hull swinging for the back door, but she couldn't get a stick on it, and it gets cleared. Eason for interference. The goal goes to Burke, assist to Corbett and Jones. Jones now on a 2-game point streak. McGrath, backdoor Malone, what a save! Jones with the sprawling save on the backdoor on the redirection by Malone. Zenstein back for Malone once more again. Drops it for Haas at the top of the circle. At the point is Zenstein. Back for Haas as she'll sell it down. Haas, Zenstein again, and the slot shot goes wide. The rebound by Malone looking to slam it in. Can't get anything there. And the miscue pass goes right to the stick of Bouchard and iced right down as Oswego will get a change.
And what a look from Ashlyn McGrath finding Kenzie Malone back door, trying to poke that one in. But an even better save from Maggie Jones, going down in the split, stretching across the crease and just getting the toe of the pad on that to keep it a 2-1 game.
Oswego's second power play unit out there. Webster now for Shell. Shell low for Shines. She'll be hesitant, make a move a little around the official. Shines back for Shell, up to the point, Webster, as she loses the puck, but retains it now. Webster, Grugan, 4 seconds remaining in the power play. Webster again, gets one through traffic, the deflection leads wide. Mucha tries to throw one on goal, it's gloved down by Grugan. Mucha back up for Webster, just throws one on goal. Where is it? No one knows. I think Shines actually knew where it was, but the officials did as well, and they'll blow it dead with 3:46 remaining. As Corbett got her first assist of the year as well. As we'll see the replay here.
Yeah, just that stop was outstanding by Maggie Jones. She really kept that whole penalty kill together for the Mustangs there, making a good slew of saves, and saves that you don't always expect your goaltender to make, but she stood on her head and made those saves, keeping them in this game early.
Gates now out there for the Lakers, the extra forward. Out there on the line with Comboy and Hudon. As Preston was on the boards, and she's late to get back, but the puck's corralled by Booth. Just flips one up to the stick of Hudon, conveniently right place, right time. Morrisville will cycle it right back. It's going to be Pritchard. Gets ended by Preston, and Booth will be the first one to pick it up behind the net of Levy. As Booth looks to center for Hudon, it gets caught in the skates, but sent right back in by Olsen. As they'll regroup. Pritchard now looking to center a pass, and that goes through everyone, so no icing, as Booth will be the first one on it. Drops it off for Preston. She'll just swing it around to the stick of Hudon. A tie-up along the boards. Preston on the cutback, and some nice edge work there. Gets a nice breakout for Oswego State. Grugan the other way. Grugan for Gates, a one-timer. What a save there for Jones again on the one-timer.
And that play all starts by a great offensive breakout from Riley Preston. Some nice starts and stops, tight turns, getting a little bit of space to manage to get the puck up to Kylie Grugan there.
So McDowell will bring it in. A tie-up out in front, shot save, rebound, they'll poke away at it. And it's stopped by Levy. Corbett giving a few shoves out in front on Olsen. With 2:09 remaining, it's a 2-1 game.
And a bit different of a start than we saw yesterday against Buffalo State, Turge. I mean, it was scoreless at the end of one yesterday, but the Lakers have come out playing fantastic on the offensive front so far to start this first period.
Face-off won by the Mustangs. It's slammed right back in by Tompkins. Webster. Back to the other side is Jones for Corbett. She tries to reverse it around, gets into the skates of the official. Corbett will skate it on her own and bring it towards center, and she's got some room to work. Rachel Corbett, cross for Grugan, shot, patted away. Off the boards in an awkward bounce, and now we have delayed penalty. It's going to be going to Oswego for a high stick. And it looks like it's going to be Kylie Grugan going to the box. Morrisville will go on the power play again.
Losing Grugan for a few minutes here is going to be a big loss. She's been having a fantastic game for the Lakers, but this penalty kill unit that we've been talking about has been outstanding as well. Haas and Malone and McGrath forward cycling in as one of the other forwards there. McGrath had a shorthanded goal yesterday. I mean, this penalty kill has looked really good as for the last couple of games.
McGrath getting a shorthanded goal last night against Buffalo State, and another shorthanded opportunity was with Hassan Malone just shortly prior. So Oswego's offense on the penalty kill has proved rather effective. They also had a shorthanded goal against Plattsburgh last weekend on their Friday night matchup. A shot out in front, nice save by Levy. Malone takes a chop on Eason. She fell down, but Morrisville will continue the possession. As attempting to bring it back to the point is Davidson. Banked off the boards but kept in. Eason tries to stretch it across for Bouchard, but it just flips its way to the corner. Eason on the pinch, dumps it right back in. As Haas with some speed, and it looks like it could be a 2-on-2. Haas cuts to the center, lets one rip, and it got blocked and just fizzles its way out to the corner. As she'll go off for a change. So far a solid penalty kill with 50 seconds remaining as it's dumped right back in by Booth. 25 seconds remaining in the first period. 44 seconds remaining in the penalty to Grugan.
And the penalty kills looked really solid, but it's a bit uncharacteristic to see them on the PK this early in the game, especially twice so far in this game, as they only average about 4 penalties a game.
Booth gets taken down, but right place, right time was Preston as she'll flip one off the glass and down the ice to end the first period of play. The score 2-1 in favor of the Lakers as they'll have 21 more seconds on the PK going into period 2 overall. Kira Costas getting the first goal and Lizzie Burke getting the second, both individuals breaking the ice and snapping their goalless droughts midway through the season. On the other hand, Davidson getting the goal for the Mustangs to keep them within 1. Overall, Lexi Levy with 7 saves. And then for the other end, Jones, she had 12. So you look at Oswego, a pretty productive first period to say the least.
Yeah, they really started getting the offense going. We were talking about in the first 10 minutes or so, they really looked a bit sluggish. They were coming out a bit slow, weren't the normal fast-paced team that they normally are. But then something switched in that second half of the first period. They got that first goal from Kirkostas, and after that, within a minute or two later, Lizzie Burke snipes one in. And ever since then, the Lakers have been buzzing, really. Just looks really good on the power play. And then even this penalty kill right there, they spent a lot of time on the penalty kill on the offensive rather than trying to get it out of their own zone, which is very rare that you see that in a college hockey game.
Well, at the end of one period, it's 2-1. What will the second period bring? Tune in about 13 minutes. You're watching women's hockey on WTOP 10. Welcome back into the second period of play as Oswego and Morrisville both take the ice. It's a 2-1 hockey game going into period 2 right here on WTOP 10. Welcome back, everyone. Thomas Sturgeon with you, and my partner in crime for today's madness is Kyle Spizak. And Kyle, an overall productive first period on both ends. Morrisville finding the back of the net, definitely still in this contest by any means. It's a 2-1 game going the next 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, and Morrisville had a great opportunity coming down on a breakaway, and a nice shot from Allie Davidson puts it right under the blocker of Lexi Levy, sneaks it between the blocker and the pad. But then a few minutes later, the Lakers respond with a beautiful goal from Sofia Kirkosas coming in, does a little bit of a stick handling clinic, comes through, pokes it 5-hole, a very nice goal there. And then just minutes later, Lizzie Burke gets an odd angled shot, but nails it off the paddle of Jones' stick, manages to find the back of the net. 2-1 game. And like you said, Turge, it's a very close game still. It's not decided by any means yet. This game is still up in the air right now.
And Oswego still on the penalty kill for about 21 seconds to the penalty to Kylie Grugan. So we got some time, a little bit of conversation between Coach Digby and the officials. In other news, in Canton, up in North Country, losing 3-0 to Potsdam. Bears looking to bounce back after a loss to the Mustangs yesterday. Plattsburgh getting the day off after beating Canton last night. Serena Alvarez making 34 saves in a 1-0 loss to the Cardinals. She gave the Lakers troubles, and clearly she gave her the run for her money with the Cardinals as well, but the ranked team in the Newell getting the job done up in North Country yesterday. As the Lakers return to full strength, and Grugan will come on, and current other two forwards, Haas and Malone, is brought back across by Johnston, fires a shot. That one got blocked. Malone will bank one off the boards. It's Clark once more. Right back up, though, is Eason, who tries to center it for Johnston. A tie-up at the blue line finds Lizzie Burke, who currently has the leading goal in her first on the year. Clark banks one off the boards, but gets caught up in the feet of Rachel Corbett, as it was Gates looking to throw one on goal. There's a tie-up out in front. Aims and fires, right place, right time, was Corbett looking to capitalize. But a good save by Jones off of the ricochet. And Corbett was right there looking to hunt down another goal for her, looking for her second on the year.
Yeah, really weird bounce there. Goes off the skates of Gates and then kind of just finds Corbett back door, tries to poke it home. Jones stands tall, stops that one, but a really good opportunity for the Lakers early on here in the second period.
Shines won the face-off, and they'll retain possession as it'll be Hudon in the corner. As taken away by Nitre. Hudon keeps it in at the top of the circle, but it's slapped away by the Mustangs, and it's carried back across by Davidson. Banked right back out, though, in a missed pass, Q, and it goes all the way back down for maybe. Banks one off the glass. It's knocked down by Brown before taken back by Hudon. As Shines goes colliding into the boards with maybe. And it's cleared right back out by Morrisville. Kirkostas on the tie-up sends a Mustang down in front of the Oswego bench. As Booth is able to clear, centers it for Kirkostas, who broke the ice for Oswego. Mucha fires one, a smart play off the pad, and a good save there by Jones. Mucha trying to keep it in, but the puck just fumbles off of her stick. And Preston just chips it right back down into the blue line of Morrisville, as a lot of regrouping in the neutral zone so far in these first 2.5 minutes of the second period as it's brought across by McGrath. Slows things down, throws a shot off, got blocked. Hull one more and a pad save. The rebound goes wide. McDonald now behind the goal, trying to carry things out, is Elena McDonald. Haas giving her a few whacks, but she'll still carry it in. And bringing it behind the net is McDonald. She gets taken to the wall by Zenstein. Shell tying up Tompkins. Fedellen now in front, and that one got just slowly glided away to the corner by Levy. Another shot coming on. That one got blocked in the skates of Shell. As Hull banks one off the boards, it's maybe once more sending it right back the other way. Shell loses control of it. Zenstein now pressured, and it comes right onto the goal of Levy, and she'll glide it to the corner as Easton was heavy on the forecheck. So Oswego will get full change, all three forwards and all two defensive pairs. They'll go down the length of the ice as the puck will roll like a soccer ball for an icing.
Lakers, another good offensive opportunity down there. Ashlyn McGrath's shot gets blocked, but Hull tries to poke that one in, and then right after that, Mucha gets a second hit at that after Hull's rebound opportunity. But then Morrisville came back down on their own, got a few chances there, couldn't capitalize on anything, but it's still a very back-and-forth game.
A missed pass by Corbett, intended for Jones. Was unable to keep it in. There's a nice reverse there by Jones. Leads to a breakout for Oswego out to center ice. Corbett looks to windmill deke by, and now we have a delayed penalty. It's going to be going to Lizzie Burke as an awkward collision by Reese Brown right in front of the Morrisville bench as Burke took her down, and it looked like the stick glided her way into her lower abdomen. Or at least that's what we could have seen from here. As she's down, we currently have a stoppage of play. 15:43 remaining here in the second period. Morrisville will have a power play. Brown is getting up now.
Oswego now finds themselves on the kill for the fourth time in this game already. Like I said earlier, average about 4 penalties a game right now, and 5 minutes into the second period, they're already on their 4th PK of the game. They've held well so far. As we see out here right now, it's that starting PK unit of Haas and Malone, which has been really solid all game. But you can only take so many penalties and be on the kill so much before it starts negatively affecting you.
First shot there by Maybe, that got sticked away. And you talk about penalty kill. Oswego, the second worst penalty kill unit in the Newell, 80% effective going in this weekend, but was perfect against Buffalo State last night, and they've been perfect today against Morrisville. So a good way to slowly chip away at that penalty kill percentage and bring that right back up. Right at the right point, too, right around the midway time of the year where you're getting to see your final conference opponents and potentially make a push for the playoffs, as only the top 4 teams make it in the Newell.
And Digby throwing around some penalty kill matchups a little bit, finding some new partners in there, and it's worked out well so far the last 2 games. But like you said, not the greatest penalty kill percentage at 80%. But they've been building it back up a little bit.
A shot by Maybe and a huge block by Comboy, as that stirs some ruckus for the bench. Once more, and another block off Comboy's stick. 2 straight blocks for Mia Comboy, a team effort for the Oswego State penalty kill unit. She'll slam one off the boards, and it'll go down. She'll go off the ice for a change, and a well-done shift by Mia Comboy. 2 blocks and a clear for the Oswego State penalty kill unit. Hudon's still out there, though, as she'll finally get off the ice for a change. As Haas will come back on, and will be the Haas and Malone duo once more. And too many men called as Coach Digby screeching from the bench for too many, and they will catch it. Once again, another power play opportunity fizzles out.
Yeah, this is
like a campfire in the rain.
This is a second 4-on-4 here in this game. We've seen the 4-on-4 earlier on. That's actually when Morrisville scored their first goal, was on the 4-on-4. Had a nice pass from Allie Bouchard, out finds Allie Davidson. And that's what gave the first goal of the game on the 4-on-4. 4-on-4, a lot of open ice. You can make some stretch passes because there's just so much more room when you eliminate 2 players from the ice. So we'll see how both teams can take advantage of this 4-on-4. In 42 seconds, Oswego takes a power play opportunity.
Oswego able to keep things going. It's going to be Trevor's serving the penalty for the Mustangs. And Kyle, like you mentioned, it's a 4-on-4 opportunity in which the Mustangs capitalized on with their speed and tenacity as it's brought in the shot. That one went high and wide. And a whistling shot by Ariella Haas.
Yeah, she absolutely ripped that one, just missed the net by a little bit.
Hacking and slashing away are the Mustangs as Davidson looked to bring it in. The Lakers return to full strength, so they'll try and get their power play unit out there as soon as possible. 1:07 remaining in the power play. As Zenstein sends a pass and it goes off Mucha's skates and she falls down. As Morrisville grabs the puck back, clears it out to center ice. Mucha kicks it to her stick. And now offsides, and Oswego couldn't really make a zone entry there, and it looks like they'll change things up a little bit.
You know, Turge, I mean, skates work great on ice, but they don't exactly work the best if you're stepping on top of the puck with it. That makes it a little bit slippery, might blow a tire out.
It doesn't seem like the most ideal scenario, but nonetheless, 13-16 remaining here in this second period of play. 2-1 in favor of the Lakers as they're on the power play for 45 more seconds on the too-many-men violation by the Mustangs as it's iced right back down by Thompson. As Levy will knock it down right at the red line. And Shell will stand behind her net and try and reset things. Shell, perfect tape-to-tape for Grugan as she'll try and bring it in and bank one off the boards and a little chip and chase action for the Lakers before it's cleared to the far side. Zenstein looking to keep it in, and she will, just for a short period of time. As it's brought back and going the other way, it's a 2-on-2. McGrath trying to join in to make it a 3-on-2, but it'll now just be a 5-on-4 back in the offensive zone as Morrisville will return to full strength in 1 second. Shot, pad, save. As Trevors comes out, Shell looks to hold the line, and she will. Grugan fires one that went wide, short side. There's a couple Lakers will get a change. It's brought back. McGrath finds Malone. She's got to have speed. Kenzie Malone gets sticked away by Tompkins.
Great defensive play by Thompson's taking away the angle and making Malone mess up there, saving a goal opportunity.
And Digby looks a little frustrated, looking for a call there, a potential slash on that, but nothing there according to the officials. 11:54 remains. We play on 5-on-5 hockey. Hall back for Haas in the far side corner. Tries to bank one off the boards and go beneath the goal of Jones, but instead finds the stick of Malone, feeds one out in front. That went off the stick of Clark just to the right of Jones. And it's cleared. Preston holding the center ice red line and dumping it in down the near side. A smart and effective play leading to 4 of the 5 Lakers getting a change. As it's kept in by Mucha. Fires one on, pad save. As it's cleared out to the far side, but kept in by Lauren Jones. Just whistles one in, and that one goes just wide. Kirakostas, Webster tries to fire one through. It got through, but it didn't even hit the net. As McGrath has been out there for quite a while, and she looks to aim and fire. She will. That got blocked away. As Morrisville looks to finally clear, and they will, as it's flipped in by Bouchard. And she'll be the lone attacker as her 4 other teammates got a change. Grugan bounces one off the boards. Brown contesting Burke, but Burke wins that one-on-one battle. As Grugan looking to find the far side Corbett, she will, but she collides with Maybe, but it's picked right back up by Burke. She'll bring it in. Lizzie Burke looking for 2. Tries to feed the back door for Corbett, but too much traffic right in the slot. Says otherwise. Zenstein banks one off the boards, and The Mustangs will clear. Shell will just slap it right back in. As space will open up for the Mustangs to break out, and they will. Brown will bring it towards center. Shines with the poke check, but it leads the other way for the Mustangs. Although the zone entry just a smidge offside, and we'll have a stoppage. 10 minutes flat to go here in the second period of play right here on WTOP 10. Thomas Turgeon and Kyle Spizak with you. It's a 2-1 contest here in Newell play, a close contest to say the least. Speaking of close, Canton looking to make the second period comeback. Now 3-1 up there and trying to cut back on that Potsdam lead. This is McDonald trying to find the stick of Olsen, but it got sticked away by Zenstein and cleared down the ice on the miss pass by Tompkins. There'll be an icing again for Morrisville. They haven't really generated much in the second period. Oswego looking like the much better team.
Yeah, Oswego's defense has been really solid here in this second frame of the game. I mean, whether it's on the defensive end, they're taking away a lot of passing lanes, not allowing them to get good shot opportunities, keeping them to the outside, and just not allowing them to possess the puck. And then on the offensive side, they're being really disciplined when it comes to when they're going to pinch in on the puck, when they decide to be aggressive. And it's been working out really well for the Lakers here in the second period.
Puck still in the Morrisville defensive zone as Haas being very tenacious on McDonald. But McDonald managing to poke it free and attempting to clear the zone, but Hull will keep it in on the long reach to keep it in. Haas in the slot, but pickpocketed by McDonald, and they'll go the other way. She's got some speed. She burns by 9 White. That'd be Riley Preston as she collides with the official on the spin out. And the attempting feed by Johnston to nobody is taken away by Malone. Malone tries to slam on the brakes, but forgets the puck. And it's grabbed back by McGrath. Up the point, Webster tries to send one through. It got relatively through before being knocked down by Thompson. McGrath again, Webster in the slot. Now Kirikostas at the point playing some defense now. Looking to crash the net was Mucha, but a nice poke check by Jones. McGrath just winds and fires and into the glove of Maggie Jones. A good couple offensive breaks for the Oswego State Lakers. 8:30 remaining here in the second period.
The passing's been looking really good so far here in the second. I mean, just in that sequence there, we saw some really good passing. I mean, as sometimes it seems like they're trying to force that backdoor pass or force the slot pass, which they got to try to limit that as much because it will cut down on the turnovers a little bit. But when they come around in the corners and they find their players high in the point or high at the high slot, it's given them really good opportunities. They just have to crash for the rebounds now.
Kirikostas looking to get a stick on it in the near side corner. And Morrisville looking to clear. Reese Brown looking to bank it off the boards, but hit it a little too high and went into the Morrisville State bench. And a lot of speed on that Mucha, McGrath, and Kirikostas line. A lot of fast skaters on that line, and they've been able to find the back of the net. McGrath plenty of times so far this year. As the faceoff is won by Morrisville and taken possession by Bouchard and dumped in, banked off the boards. Shell will be the first one on for the Lakers. She'll bank it off for Zenstein, and a little chip pass over to Grugan as they try a chip by, and she'll hit it once more into the offensive zone. It's knocked down by Jones and left behind the net. Back on the far side corner, Bouchard banks one off the board. Zenstein with a sweep, keeps it in. Really the offensive half for Oswego State. Burke with some speed, leaves it off for Grugan in the slot for Zenstein and tries to throw one on goal on her back foot, but now a 2-on-2 the other way for Morrisville. A shot on by Brown. That one got blocked away. Puck came out in front, and Levy tried to cover it, and they wave it off. As Brown collides with Levy, they say the faceoff will be to the right of her, and they wave off the goal. Believe goaltender interference.
Yeah, that was a really close play. I mean, on the defense that got caught looking a little bit, you saw Webster coming back down. They got it over to Brown, and when they got it over to Brown, she didn't exactly track it as well as Oswego needed to there, which allowed that good shot opportunity from the high slot. Levy punches it away, but it goes straight up in the air, and then once it lands down, it's kind of a free-for-all in front. Brown ends up falling into Levy. That's how we have the no-goal call, and now it's over there. Very lucky for the Lakers there that they called the goal off there, as it could be a 2-2 game right now. But that's just a testament to what we've been saying all game. Although the Lakers have been outstanding so far this game, they've been wheeling and dealing all over the place. It's only a 2-1 game, and it's been really close, and it's anyone's game right now. Take a look at that replay there.
Levy they never went across the goal line, it looks like. Levy was able to keep it right around the red line, and she hugs her post.
You know what they say, Turch, you're a goalie yourself. The post is the goalie's best friend.
It is the goalie's best friend. In some cases, it's your own enemy in others. But nonetheless, it's a 2-1 game, and what a turn of events that would have been if Morrisville was able to capitalize and find the back of the net to make this a 2-2 game, but it'll remain 2-1. A turnover there by Hudon. Leads to the stick of Shines, but right back to the stick of Olsen, as Morrisville's got a little pep in their step right now. It's brought back in by McDonald before getting sticked away by Booth, but it'll ricochet back into the near side corner in the Morrisville offensive zone. Preston banks one off the boards. Booth trying to catch it. Nothing there. Clark holding the offensive zone as Olsen looks to feed one for Johnston. But it's taken right back out by Oswego as Comboy will bring it across and flip one right in off the high glass behind the net of Jones, and they'll get an abundance of changes for the line. Some fresh legs for Oswego, as Webster sends it right back up for Mac Hall. The missed, a really unintended drop pass for Haas. Finds the stick of Webster at the point. I don't think she even saw Pritchard coming in from behind her, but got the shot through. And it's Hall once more. Fed one out for Haas as she got shoved down. The bench looking for a call. Coach Digby looking at the far official now with his arms wide open. But it'll still be 5-on-5. Pritchard fed one out in front. No one could get a shot off. Instead, Davidson looked to take one, but she fanned on it. Hall dumps one in and slowly lets that puck glide to the corner as she falls down on the tie-up with Maybe. And it's cleared right back up for Pritchard. Finds the stick of Bouchard. Bouchard for Davidson. Fires a shot and a bouncing puck. As Brown was crashing towards the goal, Levy gave her the stiff glove and was able to get a whistle. 5:19 remaining here in the second period right here on WTOP 10. A 2-1 game in favor of Oswego.
And I talked about it earlier. Zenstein has been a shot blocking machine this season. 22 blocks entering this game. Blocks another one there, but that one was almost fatal for the Lakers there as it goes up her stick and kind of changes directions for Levy. Luckily, Levy being as great of a goaltender as she is, she's able to easily adjust to that and glove it.
McGrath banks one off to Kirikostas, who's got some room and can wheel. Kirikostas, Zenstein throws one on goal. Saved by Jones in a nice Russian flow play by the Oswego State Lakers. Wins the draw, regroup down the other end, and a good opportunity for Zenstein through the traffic.
And how about the wheels on Kirikostas? She has been wheeling all game long. She's been just all over the ice. You need her to be somewhere, she's there in an instant. She's looking like Lightning McQueen out there on the ice right now.
Tessa Mucha on the face-off. It's going to be Eason on the faceoff for the Mustangs, but it's won by the Lakers. McGrath looks to center one. Kirikostas knocks it back for McGrath. Is McGrath able to work her way beneath the goal and free up some space? Fed one for Mucha. Mucha tried to get one through, but got tied up by Eason, and it's centered for Johnston. Tries to pull the toe drag, but gets caught in the skates of Preston as Booth just rips one. A little too much sizzle, but Mucha beats out the icing. It's the little things that work best for the Lakers as Mucha takes a tumble and another delayed penalty coming to the Mustangs. It'll be a trip as Mucha draws the penalty. Oswego back to the man advantage.
And Oswego doesn't get that opportunity if Mucha doesn't beat out that icing call. Showing off the speed, going down and fighting off the icing, even though it didn't look like it was in her favor, really. It looked like Morrisville was going to beat him out for the icing. But Mucha decided to turn on the Jets, gets down there, puts some pressure on him, and then gets a stick tangled in her skates, goes to the ice, and now Oswego finds themselves on a 5-on-4 power play. And this Oswego power play, no goals yet in this game, but the passing and the shots have been pretty decent.
Haas to Zenstein at the point, trying to get one through. That got blocked off the skate of Eason. As Malone has it now, she got tied up with Nitre. Tries to reverse it to open ice, but couldn't clear the zone. Zenstein back for Haas at the top of the left side circle. Dropped off for Malone. Fed one on the back door was Hull looking to get a shot, but she was tied up by Maybe. Hull once more. Back up Zenstein. Lets one rip. That one got blocked by Eason. Hull again. Malone down low. Back to the top of the left side circle once more for Haas. Back down low for Malone. Fires one off the crossbar. She had that corner picked and just said, goaltender's best friend. A one-timer there, Malone. Ricochets, a save by Jones. And wow, Kyle, he said it, and it's starting to happen again and again. Every power play opportunity just keeps looking better and better for Oswego. Haven't found the back of the net, but if Morrisville keeps taking these penalties, it's only a matter of time before they capitalize.
Yeah, luckily for Morrisville, Jones has been standing on her head all game. She's been outstanding. I mean, we've seen her drop down into a split to go cover the entire bottom of the crease multiple times this game, and that has shut down a few Oswego opportunities. It's going to get to a point, though, if you keep relying on Jones, where it's going to be.
And that goes in. Kylie Grugan roofs one upstairs, knocks off the water bottle, and beats Jones short side to make it 3-1.
And wow, we didn't even see that one go in at this angle. Up here, it looked like it kind of flew by, but no, she just rips it up top shelf, and it snipes the water bottle right there, goes off. Jones is going to need a new water bottle, get some water in there, stay hydrated. She's been playing all game, just outstanding. But Grugan with this shot, what an angle, just puts it right over the shoulder there. And as some two great hockey players named Riley and Jones, you say, Turge, wheel snipe and Selly.
Wheel snipe and Selly is right. Kylie Grugan, her 4th on the year. Now a 2-game goal streak for her, getting the game winner yesterday. Hudon looks to feed one out in front. Got caught on the netting behind the cage. It's brought back for Shines. Feeds one down low for Comboy. Comboy still has it. Leaves it for Shines. As Shines will cycle it for Comboy. Banks one off the boards. Preston lets one rip right into the gut of Jones. And another good save for Maggie Jones. But a 3-1 game for Oswego State. As we mentioned, both games ended a 4-1 final. So you got the potential of it being consistency, but the one thing that hasn't been consistent compared to those 2 games, Ashlyn McGrath off the score sheet so far, but she's the leader in the goals, and they're finding other ways to do it. They're up 3-1, 2:33 remaining.
Yeah, I mean, her company has been playing a fantastic game, so they haven't had to rely on McGrath as much for goals as they usually do. But speaking of McGrath, just an outstanding sophomore season this year. Usually it's the sophomore slump. She's done the opposite, just propelling herself to the point leader and goal leader on this team, putting up a ton more goals than she had in her previous year, and almost 10 more assists this year as well.
Zenstein lets one rip. The rebound was Burke, and that one got blocked to the corner by Jones. As Corbett tries to bow one and keep it in the zone, Shell will chip one in back down low for the stick of Burke as she gets collided with by maybe an elbow potentially to the head, but nonetheless play on as Corbett has it. Looks to feed one back door for Gates. Zenstein takes a poke check to try and keep it in. Gates will collide there as well. As it's dumped right back in. Maybe on it. Mucha as well. Corbett trying to continue the forecheck. Zenstein looking to hold the line, but was unable to as it's brought back. Shell for Mucha. She's got McGrath with her. Mucha just throws one off the stick of Jones, and she glides it into the protective netting behind the goal. We'll have a stoppage. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining here in the second period of play right here on WTOP 10.
Great offensive display for the Lakers here today. I mean, 3 goals in 2 periods, that's impressive in its own, but they probably should have more with how well they've been playing. Just shot opportunity after shot opportunity, and they're starting to collect the rebounds too, which is a huge part of it. They weren't necessarily collecting rebounds early on in the game, but they've really started to pound the rebounds home.
Webster drops it off for Kirikostas, and miscommunication leads to the puck just staying right in front of the Lakers bench as McDonald brings it in. She got taken down by Webster, but the clear attempted and blocked by Olsen, so it's kept in by Morrisville. 1 minute remaining here in this second period. As Morrisville looks to get something going. In other aspects of the game, Haley Eason just made her way down the tunnel.
That's going to be a big hit for the Morrisville Mustangs. Eason being one of the best players on this team, 4 points in the last 3 games. She's been an effective player on this Morrisville's 3-game win streak, so losing her is going to be a big hit for the Mustangs.
Mucha will dump it in. 20 seconds remaining in this second period. Webster deciding to play winger for a second with the aggressive forecheck, but she'll go back to defense for the time being. 10 seconds remaining now, 2-on-2. Now 2-on-5 as the other 3 Mustangs went for a change. Hull with it. She'll just kick it to herself as the horn will sound to end period 2. A 3-1 game after 2 periods of play. Oswego able to capitalize in the second period just once with that snipe from Kylie Grugan, knocking off the water bottle and catching us all by surprise, Kyle. And for Morrisville, on the other hand, they need to find a way to shake off the slump. They're down 2, and they didn't really get much in that second period.
Yeah, Oswego really changed the tone this second period. The first period, we saw a lot of down and back and forth, going up and down the ice from both teams. This was a period very dominated within Morrisville's zone as Oswego was just absolutely running the cycle, getting good opportunities, and even if it did make it down to Oswego's zone, it didn't last there very long as their defense was standing up, doing a great job as we saw at the end of the period there. Riley Preston steps up, ends the 2-on-1 opportunity. She's been having a fantastic game, and just overall, the Lakers have been buzzing since their first 2 goals in the first.
Overall, the defensive end hasn't really had to do much in that second period. The offense is what brought them to a 3-1 lead. Here going in the final frame of play. But when we come back, the third period is next, roughly in about 13 minutes or so. You're watching women's hockey on WTOP 10. 40 minutes down, 20 left to go as the third period is just minutes away between the Oswego State Lakers and the Morrisville State Mustangs. A 3-1 game in favor of the home team, that being the Lakers in this one. As we get ready to start off the third period, Thomas Sturgeon and Kyle Spizak with you for the final game of the week this week for Oswego State Athletics, or at least on their home turf. So the men's team is in action tonight at Maxey Hall up in Potsdam as they look to bounce back from a horrific loss to Plattsburgh by a final score of 6-1. Oswego looking to continue a win streak here, though, on the women's side to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, Lakers, the women's team, they had a bit of a slow stretch, losing 3 in a row, dropping 6-0 to Utica, 4-1 to Plattsburgh, and then 4-3 to Plattsburgh. So there were some pretty close games against Plattsburgh, who is one of the better teams in the nation. 3-1 here so far through 2. The Lakers have been looking really dominant through the second period. And like you said with the men's team, last night, just a really bad game for the Lakers. A barn burner as Plattsburgh's Sea of Red managed to help them go to a 6-1 victory last night.
We're just a couple seconds away from dropping the puck for period 3. As the puck is down and we're underway, third period is a go for Oswego State and Morrisville as it's dumped in. A couple notes before the end of the period. We mentioned how Haley Eason went down the tunnel. She went down just a few seconds before the horn sounded, and then shortly after, Kate Maybe was being worked on by the trainer of Morrisville and made her way down the tunnel once the entire team left the bench. So we'll keep an eye on those two. As a shot coming on by Shell, that one goes patted away by Jones. Brought back to the point. Zenstein faked the shot. She'll send it right back low for Haas as she gets it through the legs of Nitre. Malone. Zenstein fires one on. Bouncing puck save. Rebound out in front of Jones. They're swinging at it. Can't get anything there. Zenstein calling for it. She gets the pass from Malone. Zenstein lets one rip, and that one got deflected by Haas and high. Malone, drop pass for Haas once more. Back all the way up for Shell for Malone. Pulls a nice U-turn there, but gets turned over on the pressure by McDonald, and they'll finally clear as Johnston will bring it in and slowly glide it towards the corner. As Eason is back out there. And McGrath will carry it across the blue line. Throw one on goal, and it's in the glove of Jones.
The shot goes off a couple of sticks and just kind of flutters over to Jones. Easy glove save for Jones. Lakers keeping the pressure on early. Couple of shot opportunities, some big pad saves for Jones, and if the Lakers can get those opportunities keep going, they might be able to put in another one here in this third period.
Karakostas now drops it off for Mucha. She was contested by Clark, but sent right back in by the Lakers. Knocked down behind the net by netminder Jones. As it swing back for Tompkins for Clark. Looks to chip it up the boards for Trevors. But slammed right back in by the Oswego State blue line. Finally cleared out by the Mustangs, though, as Webster was able to corral it back into the offensive zone as he'll ride the rim of the boards and go all the way behind the net as Mucha gets shoved down by Tompkins. Fed one out in front. The shot by Comboy saved by Jones. A good turnover there forced by the Oswego State forecheck leads to a potentially other opportunity for the Lakers as it's grabbed back by Comboy. Dumped right back to the near side corner. It's Hudon. As her and Comboy will both pressure, but sent right back up the side for Trevors. Trevors trying to get a stick on it. Webster ties her up as Webster slides back a little bit. Hudon will hold the blue line now. as Morrisville looks to clear and sent right back in by Oswego. 16:50 remaining here in this third period. It just seems like Oswego has been all over this offensive zone so far to begin this third period.
The forechecks have been heavy with pressure so far. As a good shot opportunity there from Corbett comes in, chips that one, but an easy save as Jones was hugging the post.
Corbett takes a slide into the board. She's good now as she'll check her skates real quick and have possession now. Burke in the slot. Backdoor was Burke, and she got tied up. And trying to clear now was Trevors, but it's chipped right back in by Preston as Trevors looks to the sky wondering how that didn't get out of the zone. Knocked down by Eason, but kept right in. Here's Gates, a shot. That one got padded to the corner by Jones. Sent right back up now by the Mustangs, and it's Pritchard who will chip it in. He'll be knocked down behind the net by Levy. Still no maybe on the ice. A shot coming on, that went wide. Current D pair now, Emma Thompson and Logan Nitre. It looks like they're down to 4 defensemen. Haas throws one on goal off the pad. Brought right back up to the point and sent back deep by Webster as Malone, the first one on it, finds Hall, banks one off the board. Zenstein walks, waits, sends it right back low for Hall. Hall for Zenstein, pump fakes the shot, gets it over to Shell. Shell aims and fires. That got deflected out in front. It's loose but cleared by the Mustangs. A nice toe drag there by Brown as it's a race for it. Brown takes a swing at it, but it's regathered by Shell. Haas with some speed. She was looking to drop it off for Malone and get a change, as all 3 of them will instead.
And the Lakers have been doing a really good job when it comes to getting the shots up from the point. Their forwards are doing a fantastic job of getting in front of Jones and trying to screen the shots and tip it as it's coming down in, redeflect it, and try to find the back of the net once more.
Mucha will shovel it in. Thompson going to be the first one on it. And it's regathered by McDonald and banked off the wall as it's a race for it now. Johnston the first one on it. She gets shoved away by Webster and she'll bank it off for McGrath. It's a 2-on-2, McGrath and Kirakostas. Kirakostas pulls a nice dipsy-do, tries to tuck it in, and she falls down. Bench looking for a call as she's slow to get up, but she eventually will.
And that's the second time this game we've seen a nice move like that coming from Kirakostas. The first one ended up being the first goal of the game for the Lakers.
It was a good opportunity for the Lakers. Sent one in by McDonald into the glove of Levy, and really the first opportunity that Morrisville has had in this third period, almost a little over 6 minutes in to the final frame, 6:02 to be exact. A 3-1 lead for Oswego, looking to sweep the season series against Morrisville and continue the losing streak for the Mustangs against the Lakers. Currently have lost the last 7. Last win being on January 31st, 2020. Hudon racing for it. And it's swept to the corner by Jones. Fed one out in front. Comboy looked for the redirection but couldn't get a shot out. Preston aims and fires. Kind of whiffs on it, but it still makes a slight path towards goal, but not enough.
Speaking on the history of these two teams, in the 7 years they've been facing each other, Morrisville's only picked up that 1 win in 2018. The Lakers are 10-1 against the Mustangs.
Oswego looking to get the job done here today against Morrisville with 13:18 remaining here in the third. As Hudon gets closed off beneath the goal, the pass goes in the skates of Preston as she was pressured by Trevors. Comboy looks to pull the toe drag but gets knocked away by Eason, and it finally gets dumped in by Morrisville. Booth for Comboy, a ricochet off the stick of Hudon, conveniently right to Burke. Corbett picks up the loose drop pass as she'll drive towards goal. Corbett looks, waits, shot, goes off the glove of Jones and into the netting, as we'll have another stoppage of play, a face-off inside the zone with 12:46 remaining on the opportunity by Rachel Corbett.
A great opportunity and effort by Corbett there, slicing through the defense like butter, using some high IQ to find little slits in the defense and just go right through those little holes and openings that she had. Able to turn nothing into a good shot opportunity that Jones just pokes over into the netting.
The face-off being won by Davidson. It's brought back across by Davidson before she lost control, but the pass by Shell was knocked down by Thompson. Emma Thompson bringing it across, fed one out in front. The one-timer by Davidson. She fanned on it looking for two, but it's grabbed back by Thompson. A one-timer now tipped, and a glove save by Lexi Levy on the shot that got through by Nitre. So it's a big save for Lexi Levy, a huge glove save, and another close opportunity for the Lakers. And we have an update from Canton, a 3-2 game now in the third period with 5 minutes remaining. A close contest up in North Country. A huge 2 Newell points on the line as a bank off the boards for Hull leads to a 3-on-1 the other way. Mac Hull, backdoor Malone, and what a save! Maggie Jones shutting the door.
And tell me you haven't seen this story before in this game. Malone backdoor just stuffed by a sprawling out Maggie Jones. And Jones is down on the ice right now. Not a good look for the Morrisville Mustangs, as she has been the all-star of this game for the Mustangs. And on that save, just such a good opportunity for the Lakers, trying to find it backdoor, find Malone backdoor, just kind of poke it in. But Jones just spreads across the entire crease once again and gets a pad on it like she has all game. When it comes to pucks that have been on the ice, and really just pucks in general, as she has 35 saves so far in this game, pucks on the ice, she has been outstanding and not letting anything get by her.
Maggie Jones so far this year, 14 games played, a 4-6-0 record and 2.42 goals against average and a .93 save percentage. I've talked with Coach Mark Digby time and time again, even when they came back here early in November, that Morrisville, their offense has never been really great, but they've gotten the job done. And on the other hand, their goaltending year in and year out has been spectacular. And Maggie Jones so far today, 34 saves going into the second half of the third period. As we'll wait shortly, the trainer is still working on her currently, but overall, a 3-1 game for the Lakers. They get a close opportunity on one end. Jones shuts the door on a miraculous save. And that top line with Haas, Hull, and Malone trying to find the back of the net, but at the same time, this is a time where Oswego can really relax, in a way gather themselves a little bit. They have the lead, they have the momentum, but they can't let their pedal off the gas, Kyle.
Yeah, no, the most dangerous lead in a hockey game is the 2-goal lead, which the Lakers currently possess. You can't get complacent, because if you get complacent and you think that you already have things in the driver's seat and you try to take it off the pedal a little bit, that's when the other teams can capitalize and make it a close game once more, and then they can use that momentum to their advantage. If you're the Lakers, you got to use this timeout, rest up a little bit. They've been playing extremely fast and hard all day today. They've got to be pretty tired coming into almost the second half of the third period now. Use this time to rest, regroup a little bit, talk with Digby, talk with the teammates to kind of regroup everything, get your mindset again, and come up with a plan on how you want to close out the next 12 minutes and 10 seconds of this game.
Speaking of rest, on the other hand, we haven't seen maybe return to the bench or onto the ice, for that matter, for Morrisville, and let alone rest. They have currently listed on their line chart 3 full lines and 1 center, as well as 5 defensemen, and not even an extra scare. So you're already short as is. And it looks like Jones will come off, and the backup goaltender, Emma Plett, will come on for the Mustangs. Plett so far this year, 7 games played, a 1-5-1 record, a 4.66 GAA, and a .876 save percentage from Grunthal, Manitoba.
That's a big difference for the Morrisville Mustangs. I mean, Jones coming in, just one of the best goalies in the Newell so far this season. Like we said, she has a .936 save percentage. Now you're going to drop down to an .876 save percentage and a 4.6 goals against average compared to Jones's 2.4. Morrisville has to really help out Plett when it comes to this Lakers offense that has been peppering Jones all day.
And a shot there by Hull. That's saved by Plett and cleared out by the Mustangs. And It'll be a turnover by Jones, and what a miraculous way to stay on sides by Davidson as she's sprawling to get that left leg back to the determining edge of the blue line. Hall looks to find the stick of Malone, but the pass just a little bit behind her as Morrisville will regroup. And it's sent right back in by Bouchard, and the first one racing for is Brown for Morrisville. Malone scoops it up, and a couple of Mustangs get a change, so they'll have some space to work. As Haas was getting contested by McDonald, and it's dumped right back in by Oswego State. There's a battle along the near boards. It's picked up by McGrath, but turned right back over. Booth looks to hold the line, and she will as she was pressured by Johnston. Loose puck gathered by Mucha as she'll bring it right back up to the top of the circle. And she still has it. Drops it off for Kira Costas as she's pressured by McDonald. The turnover there leads to possession consisting with Olsen. But it's grabbed back by Preston as she'll try and chip it in. But it goes into the bench, and Rachel Braze will give the puck to the linesman. We'll have a stoppage of play, 10:53 remaining. We'll have a face-off at center ice.
The Lakers are going to elect to keep the same line out, not switch it up. This line has been really electric here today. I mean, they've got one of the goals so far with Sophia Kirkostas getting that first goal of the game. But although she hasn't had points in this game like she has in previous games against Morrisville, Ashley McGrath has been playing a really big role in this game just with the forecheck pressure and getting good opportunities to her teammates, some shots of her own as well.
Pritchard dips her way past Booth, but Booth on the back check was able to tie her up and pick up the loose puck, but it's turned over. Eason, a shot right into the glove of Levy, and with 10:23 remaining, we'll have another stoppage, and Lexi Levy right into the glove. And Emma Plett coming in. We mentioned Jones. It's likely she won't return to the game if I could guess. Having an injury like that, anytime with a goaltender being a leg hip, it's never typically good. And why risk it at this point? Although a 3-1 game, Oswego has looked like the better team. And they'll play on. This is cleared out by Shell, looking to find the stick of Shines. But it's regathered by Hudon. She fans on the pass. It still makes its way over to the stick of Zenstein as she's pressured by Bouchard. Shines tries to kick it to her stick, but then loses control of it right in front of the scorer's table as it's recollected by Shell. Finds the stick of Comboy. She was closed off by Clark. As it rolls back in, it's going to be Tompkins. Getting a shove from Shines as she'll take a tumble. Corbett, nice on the cutback, able to bring it in. Rips and fires in a nice glove save by Plett through the traffic right into the glove. Really her first big save by Plett in relief of Jones.
And what a play by Corbett, picking it off at the blue line and then doing a quick turn to keep it in the inside Morrisville's zone, not letting it get out to have to regroup and reset everything. Keeps the play going, goes down, and gets a really good shot opportunity.
Jones able to keep it in just at the blue line as it goes to the far side corner. Thompson able to clear it out as it's brought back across by Olsen and sent once more in by Johnston. Johnston looks for the wraparound. The puck gets lost in the feet of Webster. Trying to send it right back into the slot was McDonald. McDonald and Olsen battling for it, trying to get an offensive possession, but nothing there as Oswego will break things out. Burke will bank one off the wall and pressure Thompson. It's regathered by Grugan. And nothing to accomplish there for the Oswego State offense as Grugan was unable to get anything going. Webster pulls a nice 360 to free up some space. The bounce off the stick of the Morrisville attacker, Olsen. But it's grabbed back by Oswego. Hall walks it in, shot. Sticked away by Eason. It's taken back by the Mustangs. Here comes Olsen as well as Johnston. Johnston fires. It'll be offsides, and we also have a penalty on the play. It'll be a slash. And it's going to be going to Oswego State. It's going to be Avery Webster going to the sin bin, and right now you have to guess it's going to be right around that time where potentially you take the timeout, Kyle.
Yeah, if you're Morrisville, you got to take the timeout soon. Try to figure out what you want to do. Honestly, taking it before a power play wouldn't be a bad idea. This is your prime opportunity to get one up on the board and try to reset the tone of things here in this game. As they are having a little bit of a conversation between the Morrisville bench and the referee. Trying to figure out what's going on there. Somebody on Morrisville's not happy, and they're going to call a timeout, it appears. Like we were just talking about, Turge, great time for Morrisville to take the timeout. There's 8:16 left in this game. You got a 2-minute power play. This is your prime opportunity to get something on net, try to get it in the back of the net, and reset the whole momentum of this game. A big goal at this point in time can shift a lot of things, could get Morrisville buzzing, could lower the Lakers' momentum a little bit, get them in their own heads. But so if you're the Lakers, you got to also take this timeout, really focus on your penalty kill and how you want to run that penalty kill. You don't want to be too aggressive at this point in time. They've been really aggressive on the penalty kill so far in this game, getting a lot of shots on the PK. But at this point in time, you're just defending the lead. You need the points in the Newell right now. Stay home, clear pucks out. Don't waste your energy for the last 8:16 of the game.
And Melissa Lamonto clearly drawing something up from what we can gather. Coach Digby really just seems to be regathering everyone to make sure everyone's bought in on the same mindset going these final 8 minutes here in this third period, 2 minutes being on the power play. And Morrisville's got some work to do. They only have 16 shots on goal compared to the Lakers 39. And what a time for it. They have a 5-on-4 power play. However, like we've mentioned before, the last 2 power plays they've had, they've only lasted for about a minute before their own flaws cost them and cancel them out to create a 4-on-4 scenario. However, Kyle, like you mentioned, the 4-on-4 the first time opened up the first goal for the Mustangs. As it's slammed right in by Eason as the puck glides his way across to the near side. Dumped right in, but kept in by Pritchard. Pritchard looking to find the back door, looking for Nitre. Excuse me, Bouchard actually, is taken away by Malone. She's looking to wheel. She gets poke-checked by Eason, and it's scooped up by the Mustangs once more before Malone knocked down the chip pass and drops it off for Haas, who will just slowly flip it in. They'll go for a change. A simple and effective play leads to 30 seconds off the clock early and quick for this Oswego State PK. And maybe a little bit more as Mucha sends it right back deep. McGrath going to be the first one on it as Morrisville was all flying the zone. McGrath looking to pull a nifty move on Eason, but she wasn't buying it, as she'll cut back and look to reset. As Eason gathers it, but rolls off of her stick, but then rolls off of Zenstein's stick. And it's grabbed back by Eason once more. Dropped in the corner for McDonald. McDonald behind the net of Levy, going down to the far side now. McDonald contested by Zenstein, but it's grabbed back by Brown. Back up to the point for Clark. Tries to fire one through. That bounces away, as McDonald was trying to just throw one on goal, but she got tied up. Is grabbed back by the Mustangs. Shot coming on. Save. Rebound out in front. Clark aims and fires, and that one went off the pipe. Is grabbed back again by Morrisville. Shot save on the shot by Johnston. She's already got one today. Johnston again taken away. A shot coming on. That one got sticked away on the opportunity by Olsen. Clark takes it back. She tries to keep it in, but gets outworked by Mucha, and here comes McGrath shorthanded. Ashlyn McGrath aims and fires right into the glove of play as she was gassed. And they'll get a change, and they'll kill off the penalty with 6:16 remaining here in this third period. 3-1 in favor of Oswego as we see a couple good opportunities here.
Yeah, crucial penalty kill for the Lakers there. Killing that was a huge deal for the momentum of this game, and really just taking away that opportunity for Morrisville to try to get an easy go-ahead back into this game. They had a really good penalty kill, spent a bit of time down in Morrisville's zone, but a lot more defensive like we expected it to be.
Preston aims and fires. That goes right into the leg of Eason, and a good block by the Morrisville winger. As Morrisville looks to chip it out, is Nitre banging one off the boards. But the turnover leads to Chines chipping it right back in. Comboy the first one on it, and Nitre the first one there from Morrisville as it'll go along the glass. A tie up in the corner, finds Hudon free, but brings it to the point was Booth, who just swings her stick and glides that puck right back into the far side corner. Shines, looking to keep it deep. Preston pinches and is able to keep it in before the puck's spinning away off of her stick. And here comes Eason down the far side. Eason throws one on and into the crest of Levy's jersey. We'll have another stoppage, 5:21 in the third, and a pretty routine save for Lexi Levy, who's been very sound tonight against Morrisville.
Yeah, she's had a solid night. Faced 19 shots, stopped 18 of them. A good opportunity for Morrisville there, taking what was originally a really good play from Preston that turned into a bit of a hiccup there as they had the odd man rush, but no harm was done as Lexi Levy has stood tall in that all night long.
And we do have an update from Canton in the final 3 minutes. The Roos, 3 unanswered. Now a 3-3 contest going the final few minutes up in North Country. And Kyle, like we mentioned, a huge 2 points on the line. Both teams looking to counter punch a loss last night as the puck goes down for the Lakers. And Kylie Grugan takes it away. Grugan fires one backdoor intended for Malone, and it hops just over his stick. Back for Jones. Just bounces one off the boards, and it goes behind the net. Back for Grugan all the way on the far side. Grugan cycles it low for Corbett. Corbett for Malone. Oswego looks to really just eat this clock away. 4:25 to go. Jones fires it back in on the near side, and contesting it now is Tompkins with Malone as well as Davidson. Hull joins in as well as the puck finally comes free behind the goal of Platt and bounces one off the boards. It's going to be a race for it now. It's Bouchard looking to beat out Jones, but instead Levy had other ideas and sends it to center ice.
Levy just saw that one coming down and said, fine, I'll do it myself. Takes it to the boards and gets rid of that odd man rush opportunity.
Why not once but twice as she'll clear it away, but a turnover there, a shot save as she gets back to her crease on the opportunity by Olsen. As Hull brings it right back in, she'll just slap it right back in the corner. Webster trying to feed Haas, but instead goes to Mucha, and what a save by Platt as the redirection, unintended pass that goes right to the stick of Mucha, tries to slam one home, but patted away by Platt in relief of Jones.
A really solid chance there with Mucha coming down in the middle of the ice. Just a few inches left or right, and that one's under the pad.
A shot there by Clark. That one got padded to the corner, and a collision out in front with Webster and McDonald. Things getting rather chippy in the final matchup. 3 minutes remaining, a 2-goal lead for the Lakers right now in their final matchup of the season. McDonald on the cutback, burns by Kirakostas. Elena McDonald pulls a nice move by Webster, and then Levy with the glove snag. As McDonald tried to work her way through, she got through everyone, but the one that mattered the most, that'd be Lexi Levy, keeping it a 2-goal game.
And what a toe drag from McDonald there, creating some space, getting around, getting her 1-on-0 opportunity with Levy, and Levy just snags that one right away on the backhand shot from McDonald. Levy keeping Oswego's lead intact here.
The face-off won by the Lakers. It's going to be Comboy along the wall with Trevors. It's being taken down was Pritchard, but it's kept in by Morrisville. Shot save, rebound, and one more save by Lexi Levy on Haley Eason.
And there's going to be a penalty on the play for the
Lakers.
Lakers.
It's going to be on Oswego State, and it looks like it's going to be a hook. It will be, and it's going to go to Morgan Shines, and she's got a look of disgust on her face right now. Doesn't believe it. Slams the door in anger. And Oswego will go on the penalty kill with 2:32 remaining. Platt inching out. Assistant coach Michelle Van Slyke saying wait, as she'll wait at the top of the circles. We'll keep an eye on her. As Haas attempts to clear, cannot. Clark will send it down for McDonald. Platt making her way to the bench. It'll be an empty net for Morrisville. McDonald fires. That one goes wide. It's grabbed back by Brown, a 6-on-4 now. Clark aims and fires. It didn't get through traffic, but that shot did and saved the rebound. Free out in the slot, and it goes wide. One more, and it goes in. It's Haley Easton tallying to find the back of the net. We have a 1-goal game with 2:04 in the third period. And Morrisville back within one, connecting on the power play. And what a time for it.
And Easton adds her 5th point in the last 4 games on that goal right there. We were talking, Turge, we said when they had the earlier power play with about 8:16 left to go in the game that you can't take a penalty at this point in the game. It could become costly. And it ends up becoming costly as they take a penalty with under 3 minutes to go. And then they pull Platt, get the 6-on-4 advantage, and they're able to just kind of keep banging home the rebounds until one eventually finds the back of the net on Levy. So now Oswego has to play some real sound defense.
And it looks like we'll have another misfortune. It'll be another penalty going to Morrisville. It will be a trip with 1:56 remaining. We'll take a look at the goal here. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally on the back door was 5. And with 1:56 remaining, the Lakers will have a power play.
If you're Oswego's defense on that one, you just got to tie up some bodies and stop them from getting the ability to get a stick on the puck there instead of trying to fan the puck out of the zone. But now here that the Lakers have this power play, really what you want to do here is you're not looking for goals. You just want to maintain possession of the puck and drain that clock out until it hits 0.
Kendra Johnston going to the box for tripping. Zenstein looking to feed Hull. Back to the point is Malone, but it's turned over. And now Morrisville with a break. A pass intended for Davidson goes right through his skates, and Levy was able to play it out. It'll finally go out to the neutral zone, flipped right back down and iced by Tompkins. It's gathered by Zenstein, puts on the brakes and goes in reverse, and Oswego will regroup. Haas to Hull as she'll bring it in down the near side. 1:12 remaining here in the third period. It's going to be Hull behind the net again. Bounces one off the boards, finds the stick of Webster as they'll cycle. Webster now behind the net. Morrisville being rather complacent with their penalty kill and trying to clog that slot. As the poke on Haas. Morrisville unable to clear. Hull on Thompson, and it's grabbed back by Malone. As Thompson went down behind the net, she's slow to get up, and now that will be a penalty. Avery Webster getting a penalty, and clearly some frustration, as it'll be an interference penalty on Avery Webster. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey for the remainder of this contest, and this will be a thrilling ending, Kyle, to say the least. 4-on-4.
Yeah, we saw what happened with the 4-on-4 earlier in the game, but if you're Webster, that is a horrible penalty to take at this point in the game. I mean, it was clear as day. She put her hands up. She threw the hands out. It was a clear hit. We can look at the replay right here. She extends the hands. As soon as you extend the hands on that, that's an automatic penalty right there. That's a bad penalty to take at this point in the game.
A shot blocked out in front on the opportunity by Tompkins. Keep an eye on play. It's 4-on-4 with 30 seconds remaining. It looks like they're not going to pull her. 3-2 game with 24 seconds left. Corbett's going to look to just eat it along the boards. Brown to join in there as well. Zenstein as Morrisville tries to chip it free. Brown backhands one, and a collision there by Easton. And the takedown by Shell with 13 seconds left in a 1-goal game. Personally, I would think if you're Melissa Lamonto, you're pulling Platt, but she seems rather okay with where she is right now in a 3-2 game with 13 seconds.
13 seconds left. You're in Oswego's zone. I don't know why they don't pull Platt right now to get the man advantage and try to get another goal. Doesn't make much sense to me personally, but I'm also not a coach.
Shell wasn't able to clear, and they're calling off sides on that one. It looked rather on up here, but will go outside the zone. 8.8 seconds remaining. Morrisville looking to force overtime, and speaking of overtime, Canton and Potsdam going to overtime, a 3-3 game in the Battle of Route 11 Division III style. As it's dumped right back in by the Mustangs. Shell gonna be the first one to race to it. She'll try and pin against the glass with 2 seconds left. And time will run out on the Morrisville State Mustangs. And Oswego grabs conference win number 9 and regular season win number 11 for Oswego State, and escape the last minute frenzy that was Morrisville in the final minute of play. Capture another Newell victory and sweep the season series against Morrisville State in a 3-2 final. Game winner going to Kylie Grugan. 2 straight games, 2 straight game-winning goals for number 7 in white.
Yeah, and the Lakers didn't repeat the 4-1 margin of victory trend that they had against the Mustangs this year. And this one was a really close one out at the end. I mean, we said in the last couple of minutes, Oswego had to play smart and just kind of hold on to the puck and drain out the clock. But, you know, Turge, like a late 90s rock song, they were their own worst enemy when it came into the later half of the second period, taking 2 very badly timed penalties there. It luckily turned out well for the Lakers. They were able to hold it off. But definitely some disciplinary things that you cannot do there that late in the game. They played a fantastic game overall, though. I mean, the offense was buzzing all night long. We had Sophia Kirkasas getting her first goal on the year on an absolutely dirty sequence of plays where she just goes right through the 5-hole. And then we have a Kylie Grugan sniping the water bottle off the top of the net. I mean, the offense was outstanding all game long. A couple of defensive blunders that cost them. But other than that, the Lakers looked pretty solid all game long.
And overall, the women's team will have 10 days before their next matchup. It'll be a non-conference matchup against William Smith on January 31st down in the cooler. Next conference game will be on the road, however. They'll go up north to take on Canton and Potsdam the 3rd and 4th of February, as that game is still in overtime going down in the final minute 30. But our next broadcast will be this upcoming Friday when the men's team comes back home to take on Cortland as part of Power Play Youth Hockey Tournament weekend here in Oswego, New York. But that'll do it for us up here in the press box. From Kyle Spizak, I'm Thomas Turgeon. We wish all of you, from all of our crew, saying so long and sail on. The Lakers take this one 3-2. We'll see you next Friday.